Question 1. Which of the following Agile principles emphasizes the importance of direct communication and face-to-face conversations? A. Simplicity, the art of maximizing the amount of work not done, is essential. B. Build projects around motivated individuals. Give them the environment and support they need, and trust them to get the job done. C. The most efficient and effective method of conveying information to and within a development team is face-to-face conversation. D. Agile processes promote sustainable development. The sponsors, developers, and users should be able to maintain a constant pace indefinitely. Answer: C. The most efficient and effective method of conveying information to and within a development team is face-to-face conversation. This Agile principle directly highlights that spoken conversation, especially in person, is the most effective way for team members to share information and collaborate. In Agile, clear and rapid communication is vital, and face-to-face interaction reduces misinterpretations that can arise from written communication, fostering a better understanding and stronger team cohesion. For example, a quick discussion around a whiteboard is often far more productive than a long email chain when clarifying a complex requirement. Always prioritize direct communication to enhance understanding and speed up decision-making. Question 2. A Scrum Master observes that the development team is consistently failing to complete their forecasted work during sprints. What is the most appropriate initial action for the Scrum Master? A. Extend the sprint duration to allow more time for completion. B. Escalate the issue to senior management to request additional resources. C. Facilitate a discussion during the sprint retrospective to identify root causes and potential improvements. D. Reassign incomplete work to other teams that have capacity. Answer: C. Facilitate a discussion during the sprint retrospective to identify root causes and potential improvements. The Scrum Master's role is to facilitate the team's continuous improvement, and the sprint retrospective is the designated event for inspecting the previous sprint and adapting for the next. During this meeting, the team collaboratively reflects on what went well, what could be improved, and creates actionable plans to address issues like consistently incomplete work, promoting self-organization and problem-solving within the team. For instance, the team might realize they are overcommitting, have technical debt slowing them down, or need to refine their estimation techniques. Remember, the retrospective is the team's opportunity to learn and grow, making it the ideal forum to address performance issues. Question 3. What is the primary purpose of a release plan in an Agile project? A. To define the scope and requirements for the entire project up front. B. To determine the budget and timeline for each sprint. C. To forecast the delivery of a set of features and capabilities over multiple iterations. D. To establish the daily tasks for each team member. Answer: C. To forecast the delivery of a set of features and capabilities over multiple iterations. A release plan in Agile provides a high-level roadmap, indicating which features are expected to be delivered and approximately when, typically across several sprints or iterations. Unlike traditional project plans that fix scope up front, Agile release plans are flexible and evolve as the project progresses and new information emerges, helping stakeholders manage expectations about upcoming value delivery. For example, a release plan might show that user login and product search features are targeted for the next major software update. Think of it as a living forecast for what customers can expect to receive in the near future. Question 4. In Kanban, what does work in progress (WIP) limits primarily aim to achieve? A. To ensure all team members are equally busy at all times. B. To reduce multitasking and improve flow by focusing on completing items. C. To define the maximum number of features that can be developed in a single release. D. To set a ceiling on the total budget allocated to the project. Answer: B. To reduce multitasking and improve flow by focusing on completing items. WIP limits in Kanban are a cornerstone practice designed to restrict the number of items that can be in progress at any given time, preventing the system from becoming overloaded. By focusing on finishing existing work before starting new tasks, WIP limits reduce context switching, identify bottlenecks more quickly, and ultimately improve the overall flow of value through the system. For instance, if a team has a WIP limit of 3 tasks in a development column, they cannot pull a 4th task until one of the current 3 is moved to testing. This simple constraint helps the team stop starting, start finishing. Question 5. Which of the following best describes the concept of servant leadership in Agile? A. The leader makes all key decisions and directs the team's daily activities. B. The leader serves the team by removing impediments and enabling their self-organization. C. The leader ensures strict adherence to the project plan and schedule. D. The leader delegates all responsibilities to the team and provides no guidance. Answer: B. The leader serves the team by removing impediments and enabling their self-organization. Servant leadership in Agile is about empowering the team, putting their needs first, and fostering an environment where they can thrive and deliver value. A servant leader, like a Scrum Master or Agile coach, focuses on removing obstacles, coaching the team, and protecting them from external distractions, allowing the team to self-organize and make their own decisions about how best to achieve the project goals. For example, if the team is struggling with a blocked server access, the servant leader steps in to resolve the IT issue rather than waiting for the team to escalate. Remember, a servant leader's primary goal is to help the team succeed by serving their needs. Question 6. What is the main purpose of spikes in Agile development? A. To add urgent, high-priority features to the current sprint. B. To conduct research or investigation to reduce uncertainty before committing to a solution. C. To fix critical defects discovered during user acceptance testing. D. To provide a buffer for unexpected issues or risks. Answer: B. To conduct research or investigation to reduce uncertainty before committing to a solution. A spike in Agile is a short, time-boxed technical investigation or research activity undertaken to gain knowledge or explore a technical solution, typically when there's significant uncertainty about how to implement a user story or feature. The goal is to reduce risk and uncertainty, allowing the team to make better decisions and estimate more accurately before committing to full development. For instance, if a team needs to integrate with a new, unfamiliar third-party API, they might schedule a spike to build a small prototype and understand its complexities. Use spikes strategically to explore unknown territories and ensure well-informed development. Question 7. A project team is practicing Agile and has established a definition of done for their user stories. What is the primary benefit of having a clear definition of done? A. It ensures that the product owner can change requirements at any time. B. It helps the team estimate the effort for user stories more accurately. C. It provides a shared understanding of what it means for work to be complete and shippable. D. It dictates the specific tools and technologies that must be used for development. Answer: C. It provides a shared understanding of what it means for work to be complete and shippable. The definition of done, DoD, is a crucial artifact in Agile that establishes a common understanding among the team and stakeholders regarding the quality and completeness criteria that a product increment must meet before it can be considered done and potentially releasable. A clear DoD ensures consistency, transparency, and quality, reducing ambiguity about when a task or feature is truly finished. For example, a DoD might include items like code reviewed, all tests passed, documentation updated, and deployed to staging environment. Always strive for a clear definition of done to avoid misunderstandings and ensure high-quality deliverables. Question 8. In an Agile project, when is the ideal time for the team to perform detailed estimation for user stories? A. At the very beginning of the project during initial planning. B. During the daily stand-up meeting. C. During backlog refinement or sprint planning, just in time for the work. D. Only after all development work is completed. Answer: C. during backlog refinement or sprint planning, just in time for the work. Agile estimation practices emphasize performing detailed estimation for user stories as close as possible to when the work will actually begin, typically during backlog refinement or sprint planning. This just-in-time approach allows the team to have the most current information and understanding of the requirements, reducing the risk of inaccurate estimates due to changes or new insights over time. For example, a story might be estimated during a sprint planning meeting right before the team pulls it into the upcoming sprint. Remember, in Agile, you estimate in detail when you're ready to commit to the work, not months in advance. Question 9. Which of the following is a primary characteristic of a self-organizing team in Agile? A. Team members independently choose their individual tasks without coordination. B. The team collectively decides how best to accomplish the work and manage themselves. C. A project manager assigns all tasks and monitors individual performance closely. D. The team relies solely on external stakeholders to make all technical decisions. Answer: B. The team collectively decides how best to accomplish the work and manage themselves. A self-organizing team in Agile is empowered to determine the best way to achieve the sprint goals and manage their own work, rather than being micromanaged. While they are accountable for delivering value, they have autonomy over their processes and execution, fostering greater ownership, creativity, and efficiency. For example, the team decides whether to pair program, how to split tasks, or which tools to use to complete a user story, without needing explicit permission for every step. Encourage self-organization to unleash the team's full potential and problem-solving capabilities. Question 10. A product owner is prioritizing the product backlog. Which factor is generally considered most important in Agile for determining the order of backlog items? A. Ease of implementation for the development team. B. The latest technology trends. C. Business value and risk. D. The personal preference of the product owner. Answer: C. Business value and risk. In Agile, the product owner's primary responsibility is to maximize the value of the product resulting from the work of the development team, and this is achieved by prioritizing the product backlog based on business value, considering associated risks. Items that deliver high business value or reduce significant risks are typically prioritized higher, ensuring that the most important features are developed early and provide the quickest return on investment. For instance, a feature that unlocks a new market segment or mitigates a critical security vulnerability would likely be at the top of the backlog. Always focus on delivering the most valuable and least risky items first. Question 11. What is the main purpose of the daily stand-up meeting in Scrum? A. To assign new tasks to team members for the day. B. To provide a detailed report to stakeholders on project progress. C. To inspect progress toward the sprint goal and adapt the sprint backlog as necessary. D. To resolve complex technical issues through a long discussion. Answer: C. To inspect progress toward the sprint goal and adapt the sprint backlog as necessary. The daily stand-up, or daily scrum, is a brief, time-boxed event where the development team inspects progress toward the sprint goal and plans their activities for the next 24 hours. Each team member typically shares what they did yesterday, what they will do today, and any impediments, fostering transparency and allowing the team to identify and address any deviations from the sprint goal. For example, if one team member is blocked, the daily stand-up is where that impediment is surfaced and then addressed by the Scrum Master or other team members outside the meeting. Use this meeting to synchronize and quickly adapt your daily work. Question 12. Which of the following best describes the Agile concept of continuous integration? A. Integrating all project documentation at the end of each sprint. B. Integrating code changes from all developers into a shared repository frequently. C. Integrating new team members into the project on an ongoing basis. D. Integrating all stakeholder feedback into the requirements document monthly. Answer: B. Integrating code changes from all developers into a shared repository frequently. Continuous integration, CI, is a development practice where developers frequently merge their code changes into a central shared repository, often multiple times a day. Each integration is then verified by an automated build and automated tests, quickly detecting integration errors. This practice reduces the complexity of merging code, identifies conflicts early, and ensures that the code base is always in a working state, promoting higher quality and faster delivery. For example, after finishing a small feature, a developer immediately commits their code, triggering a build and test run that confirms it hasn't broken anything existing. Embrace continuous integration to minimize integration headaches and maintain a robust code base. Question 13. What is the primary benefit of holding a sprint review at the end of each sprint? A. To reprioritize the entire product backlog for the next 6 months. B. To demo the increment to stakeholders and gather feedback for adaptation. C. To conduct performance appraisals for the development team. D. To plan the detailed tasks for the upcoming sprint. Answer: B. To demo the increment to stakeholders and gather feedback for adaptation. The sprint review is an informal meeting where the Scrum team presents the results of their work, the completed increment, to key stakeholders and discusses what was done, what changed, and what's next. It's a crucial opportunity to gather direct feedback on the developed product increment, foster collaboration, and allow stakeholders to inspect the product and adapt the product backlog for future sprints based on new insights. For instance, the team might demonstrate a new search feature to users who then provide suggestions for refining its filters. Leverage the sprint review to ensure the product continually aligns with user needs and market demands. Question 14. An Agile team is struggling with frequent changes to requirements mid-sprint. What Agile concept should the team reinforce to mitigate this issue? A. The importance of a fixed scope and baseline. B. Protecting the sprint goal and scope stability during the sprint. C. Encouraging stakeholders to submit changes at any time. D. Extending the sprint duration to accommodate changes. Answer: B. Protecting the sprint goal and scope stability during the sprint. While Agile embraces change, the Scrum framework emphasizes protecting the stability of the sprint goal and the scope within a sprint once it has started. Mid-sprint changes can disrupt the team's focus, impact their ability to deliver the sprint goal, and undermine predictability. The product owner and development team should collaborate to minimize new requirements or significant scope changes during an active sprint, instead adding them to the product backlog for future sprints. For example, if a new critical requirement emerges, the product owner might discuss it with the team to determine its impact and agree to add it to the next sprint if the current sprint goal would be jeopardized. Remember to shield the current sprint from disruptive changes to maintain focus and deliver value. Question 15. What is the primary purpose of user stories in Agile development? A. To document all technical specifications of a system. B. To describe system functionality from the perspective of an end user, focusing on value. C. To create detailed project schedules and task breakdowns. D. To define the organizational structure of the project team. Answer: B. To describe system functionality from the perspective of an end user, focusing on value. User stories are short, simple descriptions of a feature from the perspective of the person who desires the new capability, typically expressed in the format as a type of user, I want, some goal, so that, some reason/benefit. Their primary purpose is to capture user needs and value in a lightweight format that fosters conversation and facilitates understanding between the development team and stakeholders. For example, as a customer, I want to be able to reset my password online so that I can regain access to my account if I forget it. Use user stories to keep the focus on delivering tangible value to end users. Question 16. In the context of Agile, what does the term iteration commonly refer to? A. The process of repeating a task until it is perfect. B. A fixed length, time-boxed period during which a cross-functional team produces a valuable increment of working software. C. the continuous cycle of replanning and re-estimating the entire project. D. A single review session of the project's progress. Answer: B. A fixed-length, time-boxed period during which a cross-functional team produces a valuable increment of working software. In agile methodologies like Scrum, an iteration, often called a sprint, is a short, fixed period of time, typically 1 to 4 weeks, during which the team works to complete a set of selected backlog items and produce a potentially shippable increment of the product. This time-boxed approach provides rhythm and predictability, allowing for frequent inspection and adaptation. For example, a team might commit to a 2-week iteration where they develop and test a specific set of features. Think of iterations as short, focused bursts of development that deliver concrete results. Question 17. Which agile estimating technique involves team members assigning relative sizes to user stories based on complexity, risk, and effort? A. Critical path method. B. Earned value management. C. Planning poker. D. 3-point estimating. Answer: C. Planning poker. Planning poker is a popular agile estimation technique where team members collaboratively estimate the effort or size of user stories, typically using a modified Fibonacci sequence, e.g., 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21. Each team member privately chooses a card representing their estimate, then all reveal simultaneously. This process encourages discussion and helps expose differing assumptions, leading to more accurate and shared understanding of the work. For example, if one developer estimates a story as an 8 and another as a 3, they discuss their reasoning until a consensus is reached. Use planning poker to leverage collective wisdom and improve estimation accuracy. Question 18. What is the primary role of the product owner in a Scrum project? A. To manage the development team's daily tasks and ensure adherence to processes. B. To maximize the value of the product resulting from the work of the development team. C. To facilitate all Scrum events and remove impediments for the team. D. To provide technical expertise and perform code reviews. Answer: B. To maximize the value of the product resulting from the work of the development team. The product owner is singularly responsible for maximizing the value of the product, primarily by managing and prioritizing the product backlog to ensure the most valuable features are delivered first. They act as the voice of the customer and stakeholders, translating their needs into clear, actionable backlog items for the development team. For instance, a product owner decides whether to prioritize a new payment gateway or a social media integration based on market demand and business objectives. Always remember that the product owner is the ultimate arbiter of value and product direction. Question 19. An agile team is experiencing communication issues due to remote work. Which of the following agile practices would be most beneficial to address this challenge? A. Relying solely on email for all communication. B. Increasing the frequency of formal, written reports. C. Utilizing collaboration tools and frequent video conferencing for face-to-face interaction. D. Limiting discussions to only project managers. Answer: C. Utilizing collaboration tools and frequent video conferencing for face-to-face interaction. Agile principles emphasize face-to-face communication as the most effective method, and for remote teams, this translates to leveraging technology to simulate that interaction. Collaboration tools, instant messaging, and especially frequent video conferencing, can help bridge the geographical gap, enabling richer communication, fostering team cohesion, and reducing misunderstandings. For example, holding daily stand-ups via video call allows team members to see each other's expressions and build rapport, much like in an office setting. Embrace technology to maintain strong, effective communication channels for distributed agile teams. Question 20. What is the primary goal of the inspect and adapt principle in Agile? A. To ensure that all project plans are strictly adhered to without deviation. B. To continuously assess the working product and processes, and make adjustments as needed. C. To conduct a comprehensive audit of all project documents at the end of the project. D. To only make changes after a major project failure occurs. Answer: B. To continuously assess the working product and processes, and make adjustments as needed. Inspect and adapt is a core tenet of Agile, emphasizing continuous learning and improvement throughout the project lifecycle. It involves regularly inspecting the product, processes, and team dynamics, and then making necessary adaptations to optimize future performance and value delivery. This principle is realized through various Agile events like daily stand-ups, sprint reviews, and retrospectives. For example, if a team notices their testing process is consistently causing delays, they inspect the process during a retrospective and adapt it for the next sprint. Regularly inspect your work and processes, and be ready to adapt for continuous improvement. Question 21. Which of the following best describes the concept of value-driven delivery in Agile? A. Delivering the most features possible within the shortest time. B. Prioritizing the delivery of features that provide the highest business value to stakeholders. C. Focusing primarily on technical excellence and code quality. D. Delivering all promised features at the very end of the project. Answer: B. Prioritizing the delivery of features that provide the highest business value to stakeholders. Value-driven delivery is a fundamental Agile principle focused on maximizing the benefits delivered to customers and stakeholders by continually prioritizing and delivering the most valuable features first. Instead of trying to deliver everything at once, Agile teams focus on delivering high-value increments frequently, allowing for early realization of benefits and continuous feedback. For example, rather than building every possible user profile feature, a team might prioritize a basic profile with login and display, as it provides immediate core value. Always ask, what delivers the most value right now, and focus your efforts there. Question 22. What is the purpose of a burndown chart in an Agile project? A. To track the progress of individual team members' tasks. B. To show the remaining work in a sprint or release over time. C. To compare the actual project cost against the planned budget. D. To visualize the dependencies between different project tasks. Answer: B. To show the remaining work in a sprint or release over time. A burndown chart is a graphical representation commonly used in Agile to track the progress of a sprint or release by showing the amount of work remaining against the time available. The chart typically starts at the total estimated work at the beginning and trends downwards as work is completed, providing a quick visual indicator of whether the team is on track to complete their forecasted work. For example, if the burndown line is consistently above the ideal line, it indicates the team might be falling behind. Use burndown charts to gain quick insights into project progress and identify potential issues early. Question 23. A key difference between traditional project management and Agile methodologies regarding change is that Agile A. Avoids all changes once the project begins. B. Treats change as an opportunity to deliver better value, even late in development. C. Requires a formal change control board for every minor adjustment. D. Only allows changes to be made between major project phases. Answer: B. Treats change as an opportunity to deliver better value, even late in development. Unlike traditional approaches that often view change as a risk to be avoided, Agile methodologies embrace change as an inherent part of complex projects, seeing it as an opportunity to deliver better value. Agile processes are designed to be flexible and adaptive, allowing for requirements to evolve and incorporating new insights throughout the development lifecycle to ensure the final product truly meets customer needs. For example, if market research reveals a new, highly desired feature mid-project, an Agile team can pivot to incorporate it. Welcome change as a way to enhance your product and delight your customers. Question 24. Which of the following best describes the role of the Agile coach? A. To dictate the technical architecture and coding standards for the team. B. To manage the project budget and schedule. C. To mentor, train, and guide the team and organization in agile practices and principles. D. To perform quality assurance and testing for all deliverables. Answer: C. To mentor, train, and guide the team and organization in agile practices and principles. An agile coach is a professional who helps individuals, teams, and organizations adopt and improve their agile mindsets, practices, and frameworks. They act as mentors, trainers, and facilitators, providing guidance on everything from Scrum events and Kanban flow to fostering collaboration and self-organization, ultimately enabling the organization to become more effective at delivering value. For example, an agile coach might train a new Scrum team on how to conduct effective retrospectives or help a product owner refine their backlog prioritization skills. Think of an agile coach as a guiding hand helping you navigate and master the agile journey. Question 25. What is the primary purpose of risk management in an agile project? A. To eliminate all risks from the project entirely. B. To identify, assess, and address risks in an iterative and continuous manner. C. To transfer all project risks to external vendors. D. To document all potential risks at the beginning of the project and then ignore them. Answer: B. To identify, assess, and address risks in an iterative and continuous manner. In Agile, risk management is an ongoing, iterative process integrated into daily activities and regular Agile events. The team continuously identifies potential risks, assesses their impact and likelihood, and develops strategies to mitigate or respond to them, rather than relying on a single upfront risk assessment. This continuous approach allows the team to be proactive and adaptive to emerging risks, protecting the project's ability to deliver value. For example, during a daily stand-up, a team member might raise a concern about a dependency on an external team, which then becomes a risk to be tracked and addressed. Continuously monitor and address risks to maintain project health and adaptability.